Hello everyone, it's me Uncle John. Today I am going to read S3 3139, Book of Space, Questions and Answers by Rosie McCormick. Questions about space. What do you want to know about space? People have always asked questions about space. You can find answers to some of your questions in this book. Scientists have found many answers to their questions by using telescopes, spacecraft, and other tools. They have made amazing discoveries, but there is still much more to explore. Space. What makes up space? When you look up at the night sky, you are looking at space. Space is filled with many things, including planets, moons, stars, and other objects. A star is a ball of gas that gives off light and heat. A planet is a large object that moves around the star. A moon is an object that moves around the planet. What is our place in space? We live on a planet called the Earth. Earth moves around the sun, which is a star. Many objects move around the sun, including 9 major planets. Earth is the third planet from the sun. Stars. What makes the stars shine? Stars are huge balls of gas. They produce heat and light. Most stars look like bright dots because they are so far away. We cannot see their real colors. Very hot stars are blue. Medium hot stars are yellow. The coolest stars are red. The brightness of a star depends on how much light it produces. The hotter a star is, the more brightly it shines. Large stars are usually brighter than small stars. The closer a star is to Earth, the brighter it appears to us. Hot stars. Why do we only see most stars at night? The sun is the closest star to Earth. It is so close that it appears very bright. During the day, the sun is so bright that we usually cannot see other stars. Even though we cannot see the other stars and planets during the daytime, they are still in space. What are constellations? Sometimes people imagine that the stars form pictures in the sky. Sometimes they see the shapes of animals, objects, and people. Constellations are the groups of stars that form these pictures. Long ago, some people gave the star pictures names such as the lion, the scorpion, and the Southern Cross. There are 88 constellations that we can see in the entire sky. Lion, Southern Cross, Scorpions, Big Bear, Big Dipper, towards the North Star. How do star watchers use constellations? Stargazers use constellations to find individual stars. For example, one constellation is called the Big Bear. It contains a smaller group of 7 stars called the Big Dipper. 2 bright stars in the Big Dipper help you find the North Star. Sometimes, when people are lost, they use the North Star to guide them. The sun. What kind of star is the sun? The sun is a yellow star. The temperature of the center of the sun is more than 13 million degrees Celsius. For a star, that's only medium hot. The sun is much bigger than Earth. More than a million Earths could fit inside our sun. Compared to other stars, however, the sun is medium size. How far away is the sun? The sun is about 150 million kilometers from Earth. If Earth were closer to the sun, it would be too hot for people to live on our planet. If it were much further away, it would be too cold. The moon. What is it like on the moon? The moon is an object that moves around Earth. Like Earth, the moon has rocks and soil. The surface of the moon has many holes. These holes are called craters. There are also mountains on the moon. On parts of the moon, the temperature is hotter than boiling water. On other parts, it is colder than ice. Can people live on the moon? People cannot live on the moon today. Plants and animals need air to breathe and water to drink. There is no air or water on the moon. To live on the moon, people must bring air and water with them. The craters on the moon vary in size from centimeters to many kilometers across. How far away is the moon? The moon is about 383,000 kilometers from Earth. If you could drive to the moon, it would take months to get there. If you traveled by a spacecraft, it would take a few days. The moon is our closest neighbor in space. How does the moon shine? Even though the moon shines, it has no light of its own. The light from the moon comes from the sun. The sun shines on the moon just like it shines on Earth. People see the part of the moon that has the sun's light shining on it. See the picture? Why does the moon seem to change shape? The moon travels around the Earth. As the moon moves, only the surface that is lit by the sun can be seen on Earth. This makes it look like the moon changes shape. The moon does not change shape, it is always a sphere, like the shape of a ball. Full moon, quarter moon, crescent moon, our solar system. What is our solar system? Our solar system is made up of the sun, and the objects that move around it. There are 9 major planets in our solar system. Many of them have moons. There are more than 100 moons in all. There are also millions of small objects in our solar system, such as asteroids and comets. Scientists discovered new objects in our solar system all the time. What is an orbit? An orbit is the path an object takes when it travels around something. When we say a planet orbits the sun, we mean it follows a path around the sun. All the planets in our solar system orbit the sun. The moon orbits Earth. Other moons orbit other planets. What are the planets in our solar system? The 9 major planets in our system are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. Pluto is the smallest and Jupiter is the biggest of these planets. The diagram shows how the major planets in our solar system orbit the Earth. Pluto's orbit has a greater tilt than the other. Exploring space. How do people explore space? Long ago, people explored space by looking at the night sky. Today, scientists still do this, but they use telescopes to help them see more clearly. Astronauts and machines called space probes also explore space. These are telescopes on Mauna Kea, Hawaii, take pictures of space objects. What do telescopes do? People use telescopes to study space. Telescopes make distant objects appear larger and brighter. They allow people to see far into space more clearly. Some telescopes are used to take pictures of planets and stars. Today, scientists use computers to control most telescopes. Some telescopes are on Earth. Others, like the Hubble Space Telescope, are in space. Wow. Isn't that so amazing? What are space probes? Space probes are machines that study space. The machines go to distant planets and moons. Probes collect the information and take close-up pictures that a telescope on Earth could not take. Our one space probe scientists have used is called Galileo. The space probe took pictures of volcanoes erupting on one of Jupiter's moons. It sent the information and pictures back to scientists on Earth. What do astronauts do? Astronauts make new discoveries each time they travel into space. Sometimes they repair equipment in space. Some astronauts live aboard the space stations. The experiments they carry out help others learn more about space and about Earth. Astronauts working in space. Wow. Isn't that something? Events in space exploration. Okay. The end.